Here's like the most disturbingly obvious word ever, museums for father. I did a search for MUs and UMs, and museums is like the perfect example. So take a look at that. There's father on the front, and there's father on the back. The word muse, 2 times. That is glaring. And a UM is very special because that's an AT plus an HE at the center of father. And then SE is one off from the FR flanking. So museums is a gorgeous father word. That's where all of father's history is contained, and that's where you do all the fastest treasure hunting. That's the whole point of a museum, is that it's all local. And you can just scoop up all these treasures fast and do all this solving and see it all and learn fast and acquire knowledge and develop your brain and worship God. So there you go, there's the word of the day, museums for father. It's Saturday the 11th of February. And this is the voice of Derek Kuby as we solve everything in the universe for Father God, the name of all names. So museums there, that's amazing. So this, you got so many options to spell muse for father. Like this M, this U, this S, this E, this M, this U, this S, this E. You go to it now, define the word muse. I was defining the word cummels, I didn't know that. Define, muse. There's a verb, isn't there? Yeah. Be absorbed in thought. That's exactly, it sounds like worship, really. Muse, you go to the museum to muse at what God has ordained. An instance or period of reflection. From the Old French, to meditate. Waste time. To muzzle. Interestingly, that's a great word, muzzle. It's flawless for father. 3 plus 2 is 2 divided by 3, 1 plus 1. Muzzle is just like silent. To silence something. I gotta memorize this one. Silent, muzzle. You know, that's how you learn, is by putting a muzzle on your tongue and mouth and listening. Muzzle, silent, listen, all flawless for father. So you go to the museum to muse, and you let God the Father speak to you while you sit there in silence, staring at things. The word stare starts with star. These are all awesome words for father. Staring, listening, meditating. It's good stuff. Muse. You go to a museum to muse. You gaze thoughtfully at things. You ponder what is in front of you and why God has made it prosper. Muse. Museums for muse. Lightning just struck my brain. Okay. Wow. It's a muse. This is not an... Okay. Cool. That's disturbing. He absorbed in thought. He was musing on the ponder. This is like the definition of what I do day and night. Well, muse equals father. Talk to me.
Muse.
Muse. That's amazing. So,
muse.
You go to museums to muse to the glory of God the Father. Wow. And you do Gematria. That's how you solve it all. So that's a big word for the day. That is a big revelation for mankind and theology. There you go. Museums starts with muse and it ends with muse. And it's got so many individual muses in it. You've got a pair of everything. You got MUS in the front and then just a single E in the middle. So you can use counting, equations to find out the exact number of combinations. You can find muse in those letters. That's awesome. Muse, museums. So what else has God ordained in this list of famous MUs? To point to the dead center of his name. So yeah, you could take this U and this M, and now that's dead central to come into the AT and HE of father. As SC pushes out to the bookends, and it's all very fine and dandy. Tasty. Okay, so what else are we going to find here? I sorted by numeric value. So these are now a double father, 58, 58. Colosseums. Alrighty then. Now, I would love to see coliseums filled with people that are getting educated in truth. I wonder if we see that happen. There is, in fact, a Billy Graham or a Franklin Graham crusade coming to Vancouver. But so coliseum is a large theater or stadium, simply put. From the Latin, be interesting to see what that large theater or stadium. A large theater or stadium, a gathering place for people to watch and stare. Well, we should stare at truth. So that's cool. So coliseums, oh my gosh, Father, Father in order. Well, that's a big gem. So Father on the end and Father on the front. And gorgeously so. There's your OS to make 34. Oh my gosh. Coliseums is like my new favorite word. So coliseums, Father, Father double. Demulcents. That is also Father, Father in order. Now, I'm not saying it's necessarily a good thing. We'll have to see what it means, but oops, a little hot on the trigger there. Or didn't fail to copy. Oh yeah. A substance that relieves irritation of the mucous membranes in the mouth by forming a protective film. From Latin, demulcent, stroking caressingly. From de and mulcer, soothe. I could use someone like that in my life. Stroking caressingly sounds very comforting. Demulcent, lovely. Lovely, +1. I didn't even know what this word was until now. Demulcent, relieves irritation. From the Latin, stroking caressingly, soothe. I love the word soothe. Soothe is perfect for Father too. Ay caramba. The feast is on. Soothe is gorgeous for Father. Just gorgeous. Letters and strokes 5/3. Soothe. Demulcents. Amazing. A substance that, it's something that comforts you. That's all I care about. Something that relieves irritation, stroking caressingly. I'm just going to take the Latin. Stroking caressingly. Soothing. It's something that soothes, alleviates pain, comfort. Demulcents, I'm happy with that. I'm going with the Latin. That's a great word. Father, Father, double. Look at that. Father on the end with the nths. But here's the cool part, the MU, that is evenly flanked in letters, just like Father. Amazing. So the front, demulcents. Presumes. It's got the word resume in it, and then just, so there's the word resume, and then the PS. Oh my gosh. So yeah, the word pres. Two very famous ways of making Father. Again, pres, and then muse on the back. So presumes. Why would God ordain presumes to have this kind of, well, God the Father presumes. What does presume mean? Does it mean come before, or does it mean know ahead of time? To presuppose, yes. Suppose that something is the case on the basis of probability. But I like this, be audacious enough to do something. From the Latin, to anticipate. Well, ante for exam. Yeah, to assume something. Okay. Accumulates, assumes, incumbents. I thought this was cool. Accumulating, disencumbered, accumulating, cumulus. Consumer was obvious. Now I'm getting into a lot of the same words I saw above. Consume and accumulate. This is a list of UMs that are flanked in 24. What on earth is that? A building. Oh. housing tombs. Not my favorite word, but oh, clouds. Yeah, the clouds are just hitting it. There's a lot of ones. Cumulus, cumulonimbus. Of course. Yeah, that's see, if I sort by alphabet, I'll get a lot of the cloud names. Cumulus, cumulonimbus. Very glaring. Cumulative. Anything cumulative. Accumulate. Yeah, cumu. Sumu. Cumu. Accumulating. Cumulative. Calculating. Cumu. In fact, I might do a search for CMU. Cumu. Stratocumuli. Cirrocumulus. These are like all the clouds like defined. Cumulative stratocumulus. Like God just likes these. So I can do a word search on, like I'm just sort of feeling this. I can quickly. So I just did find any MU and UM that's flanked in. And now I can just do a quick switch. Contains the string sumu, which equals father, in a really awesome way. Like very, very tidy. I love efficient packages like sumu. It's going to hit all the clouds, and father is on top. Sumu. Look at there, that's all of them. A little handful. Anything with accumulating, accumulatable, accumulate. And then the clouds. Cirrocumulus, accumulate, accumulate, accumulates, accumulating. Still more cumulative. Define, and then oops. Gather together. Now, what's the difference between accumulate and accumulate? I don't understand why there's two. What's the difference between accumulate and accumulate? Cumulus, a heap. So the word cumulus in Latin means a heap. Cumulus, a heap. A heap. Sounds like... hold on. And so cumuli... Cumulative, increasing or increased in quantity by successive additions. Gathering, cumulative. To gather together, to increase in stock. A cumulative exam, cumulative clouds. It sounds like growth and increase. Okay. Let's see if there's anything. I don't think there's really. Oh yeah, cumulative GPA. I don't think there's a lot of good definitions out there on what's the difference between accumulate and accumulate. I don't think there's. Right, okay. Yeah, cumulative is like... Yeah, accumulating is someone doing something. Cumulative is that which is accumulative. Cool. And from this chart, cumulative is... a little too much verbiage for me. Okay. That's good enough. We got the idea. Well, that was interesting. Cumulonimbus, cumuli, cumulus, cumulus, non-cumulative, strato, cumuli. Cool. So, just quickly, types of cloud. There's a good Wikipedia diagram with all of them. It's great. So let's see how many of them contain sumo for father. Cumo does. Cumo. Stratus contains star for father. Cirrus contains RUS for father. And a lot of them contain RUS, in fact, or certainly an 18 US. So cloud names are some of the coolest things for father. Stratus contains star for father. And then cum, we've done cum, cumu, strato, cumu, stratus, star, star, cumu, cumu, father, father, nimbostratus, the thundercloud. There's your star. You can find father in all these. Might not be a bad idea. I might do that. I've got the code to do that, but okay, I might do that later. Let's get back to this list. So, sorting, just panning through some of the numbers here. If we were to sort by, what is the monarch? Define a, yeah. Alright, we're almost there here. Bang, bang. There's all the accumulate ones, assume. Here's all the consume ones, which is nice. Accumulate, yeah, here's all the cumulus, accumulate, cumulus, accumulate. Cucumber. Oh yeah, of course, the great cucumber is a really easy one. There's the cucum. C-U-U-M, cucumber. There's an obvious father find there, and then what's on top of that? The center of father, another 28. So this U-M, yeah, 34. So the rest is another center of father. Cucumber, alright. Earmuffs was brilliant. I like things that go on top. So, and this is cool because, yeah, that's how it binds the two words together. And then this puts father at the dead center of the word earmuffs. And anything that goes on top is always great to study and understand that father's on top. So like earmuffs go on top of your ears. Earphones has a similar design because phone equals father, but so that puts father at the dead center of earmuffs. And that's father plus 31. And then what's cool is then the bookends of earmuffs equals the bookends of father. So earmuffs. Earmuffs, because father is on top. Emus, the birds. Alright. Yeah, the word hump, like a camel hump. Father's on top, of course. Look at all these that start with hump. G and D's. Just disturbing them. That's cool. The incumbents. It's easy to remember that. I usually have the word incumbent for politics, but is it a broader meaning than that? Necessary is a duty or responsibility. the holder of an office, of course. Oh, necessary is another word. It is necessary on all decent people to concentrate on destroying this evil. It's a duty. Necessary. It is essential. Sounds like learning Gematria. It is essential that everyone learn Gematria. It is essential. This was by far the favorite, museums, from Muse. And then resume was glaring. Fathers in the end. Resume. Remuse. And then resumes, of course. Resumed. What is this guy? Because it contains the word muse. What is that? Oops. A watery fluid that collects in or drips from the nose or eyes.
Room.
Stream. A watery or thin mucus discharged from the eyes or nose. So it's like mucus. It's not like tears. I wouldn't. Rooms. His Father God. That's interesting. Something to be said about. It's interesting. And then all the clouds essentially thump. A thump in the rain, right? A thump and a lump. Alright. Well, I would say museums is at the top of that list. That was the word of the day for Father, museums. So now I'll sort by my little... Yeah, museums is at the top. Muse. Colosseum, so it's disturbing. Alright, cool.